में ना हो ताल तो आप हो जाओगे बेहाल. Dilraj Kaur has done Master of Arts in English Literature from Lucknow University and Master of Music from Bhatkande Music College, Lucknow. She has written thesis on theory of sound production, propagation and perception. Learned from eminent tutors classical music from Padma Bhushan Khadim Hussain Khan and light classical music from Sri Rahat Ali in Lucknow. Diploma in Tabla and Dance Bharatanatyam. Top ranked North Indian light vocal music artist of All India Radio and Doordarshan. Performed for various radio concerts, stage shows in India and abroad, including at the Royal Albert Hall, London. She has recorded songs for commercial feature films as a playback singer under the direction of many well-known music composers and sung duet songs with Mohammad Rafi, Lata Mangeshkar, Asha Bhosle and many more. Over the years, won several state awards and trophies for singing in various regional languages. Conducted music workshops followed by concert tours in various countries. She has won many awards for classical music and as a playback singer. I request Dilraj Kaur to come and show us the magic of music which swings our time.
Good afternoon. Distinguished guests, I'm delighted to be present here, also honored to be part of this organization. And today, I feel really very, very honored. And this is a wonderful opportunity to interact with all of you. Well, my area of work is music, and I have been practicing music ever since I think I was 3 years of age. That onwards, I have been singing, dancing, listening to many musicians, taking part in various competitions. And today, when Mrs. Reenu Kapoor, she told me that how art and especially music has got rhythm, so how it becomes, say, timing in our lives, how do we understand rhythm, and that is timing as we call. So timing is, ever since the universe was created, it is sound. Sound is there even wherever we are, whatever we are doing, and it is in rhythmic patterns. It's just that perhaps we have never thought about it or looked at it or experienced it. But if we look at our own selves, if we are breathing, and that is again rhythm, it's a timing. And why each one of us are so different? It is because the rhythmic patterns variate from person to person. So that makes all the difference. And similarly, when we talk through music and we say that A person has got this style and that B person has got that style, or whatever we do, whether it is dancing, photography, be it or filming, or any part of art, or any other non-musical activity or non-fine arts activity, it is all timing. There's nothing within which goes beyond time. As we see, if we say we must have discipline, what is that? That is also timing. So if we see, even when I'm talking to you, there is a solid rhythmic pattern to it. I cannot say, I want to. This is a way. Someone may say, I would like to talk to you. Someone may say, I want to talk to you. So there are, if we graphically see it, it has got rhythmic pattern. Now I'll just give you an example, very simple example. I sing a line and you see how you all would find timing in it. So here I am. It's a nice song. I think all of us have heard it. It is Mohammed Rafi Sahib who sang this song, my favorite singer. आपके हसीन रुख पे आज नया नूर है. Now I would like you to find timing here. You can clap as you want. I mean, what I mean to say, all in one go, or even if it goes haywire, please don't worry. Let's see whether we can find timing in this song. Because there is no timing as such, but we do feel that there is timing. Because there is nothing without timing. That's the point I'm trying to make with you. So here I go. आपके हंसी, very good. पे आज नया नूर है, मेरा दिल मचल गया तो मेरा क्या कसूर है. आपकी निगाह ने कहा तो कुछ जरूर है, मेरा दिल मचल गया तो मेरा क्या कसूर है. Thank you very much. Now thank you. We had gaps. So I'm expressing also when I'm saying aapke, aapka. So aapka, when I'm saying it's beautiful, you know. एक जिसको हम हिंदी में कहेंगे तमीज, उर्दू साइज हिंदी. तमीज में आपके हसीन रुख पे आज नया नूर है, मेरा दिल मचल गया तो मेरा क्या कसूर है. So you see how the rhythmic pattern is there. So there is nothing, even when I'm walking, there is a pattern to it. We see all these athletes. You see there is rhythm in it. When a badminton racket goes, tennis goes, cricket ball, to me, nobody has told me. I would like to share it when I see our master Sachin Tendulkar. What makes him great? I have a feeling I also spoke to him. And I said, this is what I see in you. Sachin is great to me because his observation is so sharp and quick, again timing, that when the bowler goes for the running, you know, as a runner, he takes his run and comes back to bowl. Sachin, before he's moving, he kind of knows what he's going to throw. So the moment his hand goes up, here he sees, and then he brings the bat well in time to play the shot he wants to play. So he knows the algebraical or the geometrical angles are known to him, that this is how I'm going to time it and this is what is going to happen. So that is again his timing. Then we have all various aspects. For example, in the tabla, there is a basic pattern. We have in North Indian classical music, we have 4 beats, 8 beats, 16 beats, 12 beats, 7 beats. Like that, and then many of you have heard Zakir Hussain the Great playing the tabla, and then after you've had enough of training, you have your own improvisations, and then those beats go, 1 2 2 1 2 and a half, quarter, like that. And the fun is in North Indian classical music that a cycle is going on, a rhythmic pattern is being played, say 12 or 16 beats, but I would be using certain notes of a certain rag, and I'm having my improvisation, but I will catch my beat and come to the first beat, which is called sum. So that is the beauty, how I do it and how I come on the sum. Since I don't have any accompanist here, so I won't be able to show you, but I can give you some idea as to how it goes. Similarly, I would like to say that from the moment we open our eyes, put our feet on the ground from the bed, you see that the rhythm starts, the watch goes. Even our, having a bath or a shower has got timing. Putting on our clothes, getting ready has got timing. We are cooking, there is timing. So in this universe, there is nothing that is without the timing. And at the same time, if we look at the sun rises at a particular moment, it goes down, you see how beautifully it goes down. And if you see the flowers when they bloom, the various climatic conditions, they have a rhythm. unless we disturb. Very often I have noticed when I look at the trees, plants or the flower blooming, this is my everyday activity. We see that nothing has changed as far as the leaves. They are green, they become yellow, fall down, new one comes. The flower, whatever color it is, it has to happen that way. Except for us, with all the experiments that are going on. I won't say that everything is bad. We all have, as we say that every coin has two sides to it. So it is up to us how we utilize it to ourselves. And I would like to say that the most important thing is as to have we are thinking of our lives growing, because the mothers say that मैंने बच्चा बड़ी मेहनत से तुम्हें बड़ा किया है. Very often the mother dies immediately, so the child doesn't grow. Does the growth stop? It doesn't. Everything will happen at its own pace. So what is it? Have we noticed about it? Because ultimately that is what is connected with the ultimate in our lives. I wish to quote a concert I was doing at Allahabad Kumbh Mela, and I was invited there to perform bhajans. I started the program with my bhajans, and then there was, as you know, in North India, there are people from boys from universities, and they make a lot of noises. So they started shouting, giving the names of my films, that a song from Hiramode. So I said, I just stopped for a moment, and I said, okay, I'm invited here to perform bhajans, and I have come for this kumbh, and you're asking for films, so okay, here you are. I will sing what you like, but then please tell me what happened to Meera. You must have heard her name. She was a princess. She left everything, moving around barefooted in deserts of Rajasthan. What made her do that? So you are all sitting here, and my question is, do you know who your real father is? Have you ever seen him? Do you know about? Because in our country, if you don't know the father's name, it's kind of an abuse. Imagine me saying all this, and there was pin drop silence. After that, not a word, and I completed my concert without any noise anywhere. And to top it all, my musicians had accompanied me in the train, so the harmonium had fallen down, so some of the surds were broken, so they couldn't play properly. So it was all my voice, and I was kind of a little bit here and there explaining as to what I was singing. So what was that? The saints have experienced life through this sound, which has created this universe. And sound is reverberating in each one of us. Please tell me, have you ever heard it? Anyone? It is right inside us. You have? Great. Are you sure it is the sound that we are talking about? It's that sound. We are made out of sound and light. Right? So once we have done our homework, that is the reality, when one starts living in it, everything else falls in place. So if we know, if we have got connected ourselves inside, then everything that is happening outside starts falling in place automatically. And it's like so many people have so many aspirations. They are also in our Indian tradition. It is told that we have got many births, and we have collected a lot through our past births, a lot of loading, karmic loadings, unloading, which are happening over the generations, centuries, we don't know. So anyway, I'm not getting into that, but the point is that the sound is rhythm in rhythmic form, and we have various levels where it is recognizable, and you know that this is the level that we are going through. This is all inside, and many people, even Russian scientists have written about it, many philosophers have talked about it, our saints have spoken about it. So I'll come to this, that each one of us has got our own face, nose, eyes. So the tailor, if he tailors the cloth according to what my body is, my skin is, it will suit me. It is not necessary that what looks good on the showroom may necessarily suit me. It may appear very beautiful, but it may not suit me. Similarly, our inside gradually, because I never knew I'm going to be a musician. I personally speaking, I went into arts because my mother felt that children have got tremendous amount of positive energy because they don't know what is negative. They only know they have energy. Basically, we are all source of energy, all the lights, like candles, various candles. So she felt that the youngsters have the energy to imbibe things and let me channelize the energies, and art is such a medium where you are made to think, because a rag which I am practicing, every time I sing it is bound to be different. Can you now, I have given you a kind of a little bit knowledge about what I am talking about, not your knowledge I am talking about, whatever I have spoken to you. Can you tell me what it would be that gives you as to how much you have understood of what you want to do? How would you find that out? Can you tell me? As to what you want to do, how you think about it, how do you come at that, well, I want to do this and I don't want to do that. Very often the parents tell you that do this, you will be like this and you will be like that. And after a point I've seen many children leaving that and then practicing totally something else. Why would that happen? So it is very difficult to start saying that, well, this is what I will be doing and this is where I'm going to be reaching. I could never ever think that. It's just that very early in my childhood, I had started playing the tabla. I was barely 7, I remember. I still remember my green frock which I wore for a competition in Moradabad. And when I got up from the audience, my name was announced, everybody started laughing. And they said, this little child, she won't be seen on the stage. So when I came on the stage and I sat behind the tabla, perhaps they couldn't see me, so they were all laughing. So I later on asked my mother, why were they laughing at me? But when I played, it was absolutely peaceful. And I won the competition. I mean, it was first prize. Similarly, all the competitions, wherever I did, because something is there in us. I would tell you a nice share I'm remembering. करते हैं बात मुझसे फूल चांद सितारे, करते हैं बात मुझसे फूल चांद सितारे, हर शय की है जुबान कोई खामोश नहीं है, हर शय की है जुबान कोई खामोश नहीं है. That means each one of us is blessed with something. All we have to do is fine-tune it. Why? Because we are droplets of the same ocean. And if we look into Gita, he Arjun, the main gist from what I can understand from saints and all the philosophers, they have said that Atma hi Arjun tu Atma hai, Atma bankar kaam kar. B, जिसने इस आत्मा को जान लिया उसका सब कुछ जाना हुआ हो जाता है. That means all the knowledge, everything is in the soul. And if one has started even realizing little, I'd say even a fraction of it, you start knowing everything. And it happens. And the music is the key to it. Now why would it be the key? Finest of the arts. Can someone tell me?
It gives you a balance in your mind when your mind is in turmoil. This is my experience.
Yes, why not? Definitely. This is what we know, generally speaking. But the music, all of you can join me. Yes, please.
Music is the sound and the voice of the soul.
Yes, you're very much there. Can I have some water?
Language of the soul.
Yes, but we have read it. It is the language of the soul. But have you experienced it yourself?
No, I'm not a singer, but I know music.
It's okay.
When I listen, I feel good.
See, when we play any instrument, we are using the hands, and it is struck, then the sound comes. But in voice, So when it is coming out, anything gets connected with it can take you in. So the sound from within can become the best of the mediums to take yourself, your being inside. And from inside the things will come out really. Why? Because soul resides in this body, and that's why it has been said in our scriptures that the human body is the temple of God, and God resides. So when we start slightly paying attention to these things, then you know that first of all, as you've mentioned yourself, you all experience it. That is the reason. Even saints have described as music as the best source of it's a kind of a magic that catches you completely. We have noticed that. But you will find that no matter how good it is, after a point, we say, well, no, chalo pasand ho gaya. Why? Because why do we get attracted to music? Because the being, the soul has traveled from God, which is music, and it is inside us, and it is craving to get that sound, which is its real sound, that celestial music that is reverberating inside us. Unless we get connected to that, we'll remain kind of disturbed, no matter you are at the peak of your career, whatever we have chosen, no matter how many things you get from this world, they cannot satisfy. Because the real precious stuff is right inside. Until that is attacked or seen or connected with, this thing will continue the way it is. Because nobody, I have yet to come across one person who can say that, well, I have not had tough times. If you've not had, they are about to come. They are past, then you've already experienced, but some good times are coming. That's how this world, this Maya is what is not there but appears to be. And all this gets completed when we are into music. It starts explaining itself after a point of time to everybody. We all know it. That's the beauty of it. And rhythm together with this sound creates magic, which is what we have experienced. Now I will also play this tabla and show you how the rhythmic patterns are there, and our breathing patterns also match with it very often, because what is my breathing pattern is not A's or B's or C's. And this is the key to when we say that, oh, X was singing very beautifully, Y couldn't do it. He was good, but couldn't do it up to the mark. Why? Because the breathing was, if there is control, then you are able to do. I would cite the example of, if you have heard Ella Fitzgerald, if you have heard Joan Baez, you see the power of the voice and the texture and the timbre of the voice. Then we have our great Rafi. You hear him in three octaves. We have C, D, E, F, G, A, B, C, Sa, Re, Ga, Ma, Pa, Dha, Ni. And you see Rafi Saab singing, he has got 3 octaves. Beautiful, same texture, there's no change in that. So that's how some people are blessed, and I wish I could relate to you that these people I have met, and I feel today I'm so lucky. It's too small a word to explain the way this person was. He was like a saint. You know, I was doing a song with great master Obinayar Saab, and the song was, you may have heard it or maybe not. I'll just hum it so that you get an idea. होठ है तेरे दो लाल हीरे, इन्हें खोलना तो धीरे धीरे दिल पर जानिया. This was the song that Rafi Saab was singing with me. And when we finished the song, we came to hear it. And then he said, and he used to speak very softly and always mostly look down whilst he would be, even his sitting posture, I haven't forgotten anything about him. And he said, देखो देखो मुझे सुनो, देखो खुदा ने कैसा नूर दिया है मेरी आवाज में. Can you beat it? And that is, I'm talking about, I recorded this song in 1977. I mean, he had crossed his peak, everything he had seen. Baharo Phool Barsao, Mere Mehboob, Meri Mohabbat Ki Qasam, and all these songs were past. And yet, and he was like a child, absolutely, as if you're talking. And then he would say, मैं तो तुम्हारी तरह पढ़ा लिखा नहीं हूँ, मुझे कुछ नहीं आता. That's what I heard from whenever we were together. And then I must share this beautiful moment with you. And he said, देखो, मैं तुमको शुरू से देख रहा हूँ, ऐसे ही रहना, अल्लाह तुमको एक दिन जरूर नवाजेगा. That's the blessing I got. And he would always tell me whenever we would have a song together. He was such a gem of a person. So today I very clearly feel that the kind of effect his songs created over a period of time, and even today, after he died in 1980, mind you, 2013 getting over, it's the same. It has not changed one bit, and perhaps people will remember him for years to come. And with time, I was finding him that he was so simple. There were no demands, even from his producer, directors. So basically, what created that impact, that was his own personality. What has come to them? He was very punctual to a T. People used to tune in their watches when he would arrive. He says, oh, Paune 10 baje Rafi sahab aaye hain. That's how they would talk. Even Nair sahab, O.P. Nair sahab. If his take was starting at 9 o'clock in the morning, he would be there at 8:45. Even I would be there at 8:45. Because I'm also like that. I like it. It makes me very uneasy if I'm not on time. Why? Because, our timing is there. That must be part. It could be anybody. Suppose it's A. Please forgive me, I don't want to be boastful. But I have to detach myself. Because it's not even me. It appears me, Dilraj. But it's a physical structure which has got that the bigger energy, or the greater source of energy, the droplet of that. So what is that? The qualities of that source are bound to be there in all of us. Somewhere it is more visible, somewhere it is less visible, and we have to work upon it to make it be itself. I'm not saying more, bahut khoobsurat lagne lagenge aap. If you see Ghulam Ali Saab of Pakistan, when he sings, you should see. When I saw him, I perhaps was the first artist from India to have recorded with them a ghazal album. I don't know whether some of you may have heard. Itni muddat baad mili ho, itni muddat baad mili ho, kin sochon mein gum rehte ho, itni muddat baad mili ho. Now you can feel the rhythm in it. Though you are not clapping, you are not saying, but your mind is already attuned to that rhythmic pattern which is going with it. So, if I say that there is nothing in this universe which is not music. Let me say it is music. Each one of us is talking, it is music. It depends. I would like to tell you this experience of mine, when I saw this movie Amadeus, Mozart. And the first scene starts, I still remember, it's like a painting. And there is Salieri, that court musician of the king. And he says, I wish God doesn't give mediocrity to anybody. Because when he would watch Mozart was blessed. He was very young, from 4 onwards. He could once, if he heard something, he could translate it all. He could write the entire music. He was that talented. And there is a time when Mozart is very disturbed and his mother-in-law comes and they were short of money. And she's shouting, yelling at him. And she's saying, all that. They've shown in the movie. And Mozart is looking at her and there are musical combinations and musical notes going on. And he's quickly writing all that. That is what is that. talent and a gift from, special gift from God, where a person is like this. And he says that, and there is a scene where the court, the king's court is there, and then Salieri, that is a court musician appointed by the king, he plays a piece, and then Mozart enters, and his entry is great, I'll show you how they have these watchmen with those arrows like that, and they had done like this. The moment Mozart enters, he just removes it very simply and goes, and then he is listening to that music piece which the court musician plays, and then the Salieri asks him, how was that? He says it was good, and he sits down and it could be better, and then he plays. That is the innocence I spoke about, Rafi Sahab, just now. I saw it. And that we have to continuously, perhaps, I can only talk about myself, work towards it, as to just try to be as one is, because that is what one is. And your being automatically will lead you. Because I saw it when I entered, and even the note that I received. Why fit in when you can stand out? Because it is, in any case, it is happening. Because each one of us is all dressed differently, with all different cuts, with hairstyles, sitting postures. If we see, all we need perhaps is to just look at ourselves a little more keenly and see where the rhythm is happening. Because it is all the time, always around us, and we have to just tune ourselves, and then all the I would say secrets of ours, of the universe, start opening up. So here I would like to end, and I've shared with you whatever I have understood and I have thought. Thank you very much for such great and patient listening. Thank you. Well, yes, you can. Yes, I very much want to. Would you be interested? Sure.
Can you bring the mic closer to me?
Yeah. The stand would be, or you don't have the stand, or somebody has to stand next to me. Okay. Or zara please ye is taraf. जब तक ये तबला रख रहे हैं, हम आपको एक इंसिडेंट सुनाते हैं. When I came to Bombay, director of that program where I was invited, he looked at me. He says, "Aap hain Dilraj Kaur?" I said, "Yes." My father was with me. Dad was 5'11", 5'10". I was the way I am. And he said, "You look so teeny tiny. And my stage is too well-known, big stage. All the top artists of the country come and perform here. I cannot allow you." And I thought, Dilraj Kaur, koi moti, badi, unchi, lambi aurat, ye kya hai chutki si? So I said, my father got up. I'm from Lucknow. So he said, "ठीक है, हम चलते हैं." I said, "Uncle, please do me a favor. आप please मुझे गाने दीजिए. अगर हम आपके स्टैंडर्ड के ना हो, ठीक ना हो, तो आप please पर्दा खींच दीजिएगा." And he was the kind of guy who said, "Done." And he let me sing. And the rest became what it became. I never knew, and I had not come here to make any career. It happened. And the way I was brought up from the beginning, Mummy used to, because of the constant exposure to scriptures and saints writing, I was kind of observer. I was always watching what's happening with me. Even today, I have not planned anything. Things are happening. Whether you plan, man proposes, God disposes. So, things happen. It doesn't mean that if I have to reach here, say 2 o'clock, I will reach here at 3 o'clock. That much we have to do. But we have to find time. Again, it is how to do and how to go about it. Here I am.
Now, when I started, my teacher, I remember, was very, very young. Very young. So the tabla was huge. So he told me, now see how he told me. This is first beat da. Then I was bit. Very slow. I would like to share with you that slow at that moment. I was so young. You can't stop the person and say wait. But somehow, because my teacher was such, I had to wait. But today, it so happened in one of the interviews, our great music director, Apilari, he saw somewhere, because if they asked me what have you studied, I would obviously say that this is what I have studied. And I've learned the tabla. So Papita said, "Tumko tabla bajane ko aata hai?" I said, "Yes." So he said, "Zara play karke dikhao," because many people may say it. So I said, "All right." Now you see, I've never touched tabla all these years now. There was no need. So here I go. He said, "You've got so much clarity. If you pursue this, you can do well." But I'm trying to show you that there is a pattern again here. There is a definite rhythm. I learned it. In dha, dha. This is still faster. I'm sorry because we have just about half a minute left. And then this speeds up now from here when we are playing. Depends as the situation demands. You're finding now, please clap with me. Very good. See, हर शय की है जुबान कोई खामोश नहीं है. And one more thing I will show you. Just say one. In 10 seconds. Now this is a dadra. It's a very old traditional dadra. I'm told which perhaps Jandan Baiji, Nargis mother used to sing. They did a whole lot of stories which happened with me when I came to Bombay. That was a long, long time back. And this is the dadra. अब आपका रिदम चलेगा, लीजिए रिदम. चित चोर मन में लगी ऐसी आन बान पैरन लागू झुक के सैया ओ मोरे सैया पैरन लागू झुक के सैया छेड़ो ना मई को तुम बिन मोहे कल न परत तुम्हारे कारण जागियान बान जिया मिला गियान Thank you for your support and
Can I call upon Manali to please felicitate Dilraj Kaur?
perform the writing of the saints along with whatever I have understood.
Because saints have written what they have experienced in their life and what they are really talking about. And we need it today very much. Because by God's grace, I've had a chance of performing where my master was present, not because of me, the gatherings of 200,000 to 500,000 people. And I saw them and their activities and their devotion. I've yet to come across something like that. It was so beautiful. So somewhere, whatever gives me opportunity, I would like to share everything what I have learned. Thank you so much. You honored me so I don't deserve it. Please, thank you.
Just one second. Respected Dilraj, see, I'm from Lucknow. So I heard about you, and your brother was I did my MSc in geology.
Oh, yes.
Your brother was there,
Yes,
am I right?
yes.
Geologist.
Yes.
So I was sitting with Ashu ma'am and just telling that you see this lady, she's full of music. And every portion in her body is full of music.
I'll tell you something.
And one more thing, let me complete.
I'm interrupting you, please forgive me. I tell you, when Amin sir saw me, he asked me, Dilraj, he was to interview me on television and along with my singing. So he says, have you learned dancing by any chance? I said, yes. He said, my movement my dance.
And I'm telling you, I heard Dilraj in Lucknow, and believe me, we were just talking. You just can't tell her age. She's like a kid with full of energies. Am I right? So really, hats off. I just told Ashu ma'am that Dilraj is like a kid with full of energy, and today I'm telling you, if we have people like this in the industry, that's all. Very nice to meet you.
तो मुझे आपको एक और शेर सुनाना पड़ेगा. Since he has spoken to me about my brother, now he has done many things after that, geology, Urdu and Persian. He was invited by Embassy of Iran and whatnot. With his help, I understood. There is a ghazal I was singing in Banaras concert. वो आके ख्वाब में तस्कीने इज़्तिराब तो दे, वले तपिशे दिल मजाले ख्वाब तो दे, मुझे तपिशे दिल मजाले ख्वाब तो दे. So I said, well, I was singing quite note to note properly with whatever emotions I put in. So I asked my brother, then he says, see, here it shows Ghalib is Ghalib because he also knew Arabic very well, Persian very well. So wo aake khwab means dream. वो आके ख्वाब में तस्कीने इज़्तिराब तो दे, कुछ आराम तो मुझे पहुंचे, वले मुझे तपिशे दिल मजाले ख्वाब तो दे. ख्वाब पर्शियन में इसका मतलब हो गया कि नींद आई, नींद तो आए, तो वो आके ख्वाब में मुझे तस्कीने इज़्तिराब तो दे, वले मुझे तपिशे दिल मजाले ख्वाब तो दे. नींद आएगी तो ख्वाब आएगा. That's the beauty of Ghalib. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much.